last 8 years or so. And I now tend to speak very slowly and deliberately. I enunciate my vowels and my words. And so I just wanted to clarify that I do this as a matter of habit, not because some of you are from Liverpool. I'd like to welcome Colin and Carol, Keith's mum and dad, and all of the other members of Keith's family who could find the place for coming. And I'd like to thank the staff and all the welcome that we've had here at Hogwarts. I'd particularly like to thank all my other daughters. My other daughters, Jessie and Julie, who were the bridesmaids. Emily, the maid of honor, is that the title? And Kimmy, the flower girl. Well done, guys. I'd also like to, where are we? I'd also like to thank myself for making this possible in ways too numerous to mention. This is actually the first wedding speech I've made since 1976, 36 years ago, Julie and Lucas. I was the best man at my brother Graham's wedding, and that was a wedding speech which I think was so bad that it will, like the attack on Pearl Harbor, live in infamy. I had the indignity in the end of having my father actually pulling at my coattails to get me to sit down. Fueled as it was by an excess of alcohol and a chronic lack of preparation. So tonight I'm doing this stone cold sober, and also two seats away from my father. But there's still a possibility that I might end up with Lisa pulling at my coattails, because I think this is the opportunity that a father has to narrate things from the bride's childhood and adolescence, all of the embarrassing moments, the potty training gone awry, or the first brush with alcohol, or being caught with a packet.
Sit down. That's it, it's over, everybody go home.
The teenage tantrums, the asbos. Yeah, the school suspensions. But Lisa's assured me that the check is in the post. So I'm going to brush over all of those particular events. I would, however, like to narrate one small incident from Lisa's childhood. 1984. Lisa was a few months old, and we had to leave her behind in Sudan because she had no papers, she had no traveling documents. And the rest of the family went to Kenya for Gran and Granddad to see Emily for the first time. So we were away for about 6 weeks, and we got back to the refugee settlement where some of the family lived. And I remember seeing Lisa for the first time in 6 weeks. Hadn't seen her for 6 weeks. And she was sitting alone in the middle of an empty compound on a bare earth floor. She was too young to talk or to walk, so younger than Harry here, and sobbing quietly. And that was basically the moment when my heart melted. And the moment that I decided I would never leave her again, until now. So I just want to let you know that I love you very much, and I'll always be there for you, with or without the prenup. So it's been a long and interesting road that we've travelled to reach this point. You were something of a wild child in your teenage years.
Still a while.
You were our Jews for a while, unseen and probably even less understood. And then you came back to us and you told me that you met the love of your life, that he was older than you, that he was patient, that he was funny, that he was kind, and then shortly afterwards you met Keith.
Could you hold the iPad now?
I remember that first awkward meeting in Manchester that I had with Keith. He actually stuttered and stammered so much that night, I thought he had a speech impediment. And then afterwards I was told that he was a Wigan supporter, which made it thoroughly understandable. Anyway, Keith followed the traditional route in plighting his troth or pledging his troth, in that he actually came and spoke to me first. And he was very sly, actually, in the way that he did it. It was Christmas of December 2009, Christmas actually, Gran and Granddad's house in Embleton, yes, in Cockermouth. You remember it?
Yes, I remember that.
Oh yeah, when
They still do, actually.
The same feeling I had this morning. Excessively tight.
Yeah, well, they're still so traumatized. They still haven't taken the padlock from them. But anyway, Keith ambushed me outside, and he told me that he'd like to ask for Lisa's hand in marriage. He wanted my consent to ask Lisa to marry him. And of course I said yes immediately, because it was really cold out there. I wanted to get back in the house. But before we went back inside, I asked him if he was able to support a family. And he said he would try his best with Lisa, but the rest of us would have to fend for ourselves. Put me off a bit, but anyway. I think that was also the night when he told me he lost his credit card. But he hadn't reported it to the police because the thief was taking less money out of his account than Lisa was. Anyway, I think that the speech from the father of the bride is supposed to be serious and solemn and contain a few profound truths or bits of advice for the benefit of the newlyweds. So for Lisa, I'd like to say that I don't have to read this actually. I've never been as proud as I was today, walking you down the aisle. And you just have to remember that marriage is something you have to work at. It doesn't come without its ups and downs. So I mean, and it's one of these things that, with any luck, marriage is like a fine wine. It will mature with age. So don't shop at Tesco. And the other thing that you need to remember about men, just handling men are actually very simple creatures. You can guarantee that they want only one of two things. Either they want sex or a sandwich. just remember that only one of those goes well with mayonnaise. For Keith, first a story. there was a man walking along the beach in Morecambe Bay, looking for Chinese cocktail pickers in distress. And he found a very ornate bottle, an old ancient ornate bottle embedded in the sand. And he picked it up, and he pulled out the cork, and out of the bottle flew this genie. And the genie, it revealed itself to him and said, I've been in that bottle for 10,000 years. And as a sign of my appreciation, I can give you one wish. You can have anything you like, because I'm all powerful. So the guy thought for a while, and then eventually he said, you know, I've always wanted to go to America, but I'm afraid of aeroplanes and boats. So can you build a road to get me to America so I can drive? Genie was shocked. So Genie said, I mean, I am all powerful, I can do it. But have you any idea of the magnitude of what you just asked me to do? Either I'll have to build a bridge over the Atlantic, or I'll have to dig a tunnel under the Atlantic. So do me a favor. Just can you come up with something else? So the guy thinks for a while, and then he says, okay, I've always wanted to know how women think. I've always wanted to be able to understand women. So then the genie was quiet for a while. Then the genie finally said, so what would you prefer, a bridge or a tunnel? So I think the only real bit of advice I can give you, Keith, is to say that if you make a mistake, say you're sorry. And if Lisa makes a mistake, don't say anything at all. For the two of you, I think I'm also supposed to say something profound, something memorable, something you'll look back on and say, Dad told us that on our wedding day. And the only thing I can think of to say is try to avoid food, try to avoid anything in a fast food place that contains cold pork. That's probably the only thing. Actually, if you want advice on making a successful marriage, I would refer you to my mother and father. My mum and dad have been married for 60 years. Everybody. They celebrated their diamond wedding anniversary 10 days ago on the 30th of August. And so I think we should all give them another. Also my brother Graham and sister-in-law Edna, who celebrated their 36th wedding anniversary, I think on the 27th of August. I'd also like to thank my mum and dad for all the assistance they gave in raising Lisa, because she came to the UK in 1997, and for the 4 years between 1997 and 2001, when she was in Kessing School and then in college in Carlisle,